Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. Yes, this is the MoonSwatch. Thanks to a super ultra kind viewer, Carlos, I get to experience and give you my first impressions of this standard release by a Swatch collaboration intra group with Omega. They have laser scanned the MoonWatch, and so the case is exactly the same as the MoonWatch Professional, and they come up with all these different colors related to one of the planets. And here I have the Mars, which is the first one that stood out for me because of those Mission Alaska type of hands in the subdials. So this one has a vivid red color and comes with a white dial. And yeah, my first impressions, it's pretty much exactly as I thought it was. It's really lovely little details, the minute tracks, the hands, everything is great. What I really like is that case, which is really really lovely, perfect shapes, very sharply done. Not sharp to the touch, but it respects the dimensions of the professional Moonwatch. And I like where everything is placed on the dial, the signing, the Speedmaster MoonSwatch monikers. Tachymeter is there. You have nice reflections from the crystal. It's not sapphire, of course. The watch, all in all, is 30 grams, so it does feel a bit fragile, a bit like like a Swatch should. It's a bit like a toy. It's not plastic. This is a bioceramic. It is a quartz, so yeah, you have that ticking seconds hand at the 6 o'clock counter, which is sunken. All three counters are sunken, which is a lovely details. The precision is not the very best where the second hand is gonna hit, but it's okay. What you'll be more surprised when you engage the chronograph, because it goes second by second. It's not a mecha quartz where the second hand would move 6 or 8 times per second. So that is a bit, there's not much animation there. However, the 3 o'clock counter does a funny little dance when you stop and reset the chronograph. But I like the strap. I think the quality is good. It feels good on the outside. The dimension of it is nice. Not too much writing. This one here is simple white. Overall, as expected, it is a lovely watch. You even have lume on it. The lume seems a bit looks darker on the hands, maybe because the hands themselves are so black. The execution really puts a smile on your face. It is what it is. It is a lovely little toy. I think if you're in your 40s like me, you're reminded of your youth when you wanted that Swatch, and I would have loved to have that Swatch in my youth. It's a bit on the expensive side of for a Swatch, but you get something quite special when you go to the Swatch stores. I've never felt recently a watch that felt as good, looked as good as this one. So I think it is worth the upcharge, and the response from the public seems to confirm it. I think if you're a young guy, if you don't have much money to put in a watch, you want a bit of that Omega thing, Omega vibe. Is it a great watch? I think it's a very cool watch. If there's one thing that looks a bit looks slightly off, maybe it's the bezel, the cover there. I don't know. It looks like a bit of like paper or very light plastic put on it. I don't know how resistant it is gonna be to scratches, shock. I wouldn't be surprised if that bit would chip off pretty easily. For the same price, you can have a quote unquote proper watch, like a Seiko SKX, for example, in steel, real diver, a lot more water resistance. I would go there first. If I could only have one, if I can have two, this is a great second one because also you get a chronograph, and well, it's very hip. Will we remember it in a month? I don't know, but I think they made the splash they wanted to make with this release. I'm sure Swatch had no idea what an impact that release would do. They probably thought only people like me, who are a bit geeky about watches, would line up. There would be 20 people in front of the store. And the way actually Carlos got the watch is funny because he kind of came in when the police broke up the long queues, the people that had waited over all night, because you're not supposed to assemble because of the COVID restrictions, and also to avoid a riot or anything. And they forced the shop to put a announcement that it would be the release would be delayed. But Carlos hung out, and in the end they opened, and there was barely a queue. And he found himself in front of the queue, his wife as well, so they got to pick up a watch each. He picked up the Mercury, if I'm not mistaken, the gray one, and this one. So he super kindly brought it to me, actually, to my home, to review, share with you. So thanks again. That's really a gentleman's move. It's one of the perks of I guess of doing all this video, doing this channel. This is a watch that does what I thought it would do when I first saw the release. Puts a smile on your face, puts a bit of youth in your step, youth back in you. And we've had such a lame 2 years everywhere around the world, and there's so many problems that it is the sort of releases that we need. We just saw the new releases by Rolex and Tudor. Everything is a bit of a recycling of things past. It's not very exciting, is it? I think this has been the most exciting release so far this year. Thank you for watching. Does it hurt to have to hand this one back to my friend Carlos there? I'll be honest, no. As I said, I can wait another 6 months, a year to get my hands on this swatch. It's a very cool piece. As I said, it's also a bit of a toy when you can afford the real thing. But it's great to have the opportunity to participate in sort of a cultural experiment, as it has turned out to be. It's fun to, if you're a fan of the Moonwatch, to add a bit of color. Great collaboration. Well done, Swatch. I think everybody chill out, relax, wait for them to be available apparently in a week online, and get the one that you love, or get the full set. I think for those who have kids, your kids will also really appreciate it, and I'm sure in 20 years we'll look back at this release very fondly. Bye bye, guys.